Well, listen, speaking of shows, it's, in a way, I suppose, I owe my career to your father.
That's very true.
Because am I right in thinking that your father invented the talk show?
Yes, he invented The Tonight Show, but also the whole idea of the talk show.
When was this? It was back in the 50s, I guess?
I think it was around 1952.
Wow. And it's still
and
going to
this... kept it alive and thriving.
Well, I've tried to kill it off many times, but it's obviously a very strong format. Here's a thing I'm interested in is... I didn't know this, and someone told me that you'd shown this on an American show, and we got the footage as well, that you're a big Beatles fan.
Yes, I was.
And you always were back in the day. So you still are, I guess, aren't you?
Well, of course. Yeah. Once a Beatles fan, always a Beatles fan.
And you saw them live pretty early in their kind of American career.
My family moved to California when I was 12, and the Beatles were playing at the Hollywood Bowl.
Wow.
And so I didn't know anyone, but I went to the Hollywood Bowl, and I just remember I saw they were so far away. I must have been in the last row. And I was surrounded by all these girls who were crying and screaming, you know, like the Trojan women, you know. It was ridiculous. But I was so thrilled, and every now and then I didn't want to look like I wasn't excited. So I'd go, John, you know, and then I'd kind of laugh because I couldn't get into that hysteria.
So, and why? Because you weren't feeling the love for them like the others were, or you just didn't want to be seen, you didn't be silly? Was there a bit of self-respect going on?
I didn't understand why they were weeping. I mean, it was so happy. Their music is so happy and joyous. I didn't understand why they were so hysterical. I'm sure there's something wrong with me, but anyway, and probably if I'd been with like 5 friends I knew really well, we'd all be crying. I don't know.
Zoe, let me ask you, because what an incredible few years it's been for you, because not only are you know, this huge role in this new movie franchise, but also one of the leads in Avatar as well. Yes. What a fabulous film and a great performance, and of course you were blued up for most of that. But and they're making a sequel, aren't they? Is that going ahead?
I think that they're doing a part 2 and a part 3, and they're probably going to shoot it at the same time. Because if we just do 2 and then wait, I'll probably be like 45 or 50 by the time we get to part 3.
It takes
a long time. It's a very hard process when you shoot motion capture.
And you're in
Is it as hard as when they don't get you water when you need it?
Or when you're wearing like a wetsuit, it's so hard.
When are you shooting it, do you know?
Early next year, awesome. I think, yeah.
And you're in there's the new Marvel movies where you kind of do a lot of this fantasy stuff, Guardians of the Galaxy.
Yes. So I was blue for Avatar, and now I'm going to be green for Guardians of the Galaxy. Wow.
So you play just about any colour?
Yeah, pretty much, pretty much.
Okay. And can you tell us anything about that, or is that kind of top secret for now?
It sort of is, and the only reason why I say it is because they made me sign a whole bunch of papers, but if I didn't, I'd be so telling you right now.
Can you talk about the movie you did, the new movie?
Hey. Oi, no whispering.
All right, sorry. Can I?
Yeah.
One of my favorite things is that Zoe played Nina Simone in a biopic that she shot earlier this year, and I cannot wait. Oh, last fall, last fall, right?
I can't wait to see this because I love Nina Simone.
Me too, man, me too.
An incredible woman, and also she was quite a troubled woman, wasn't she? Didn't she have bipolar condition, or there was some kind of psychological problem?
Yes, well, this is, no, actually, people think that she obviously was a person like that was a drug addict, but it was, she was diagnosed with bipolar disorder very early in a time where they were experimenting drugs on people. So these drugs were not approved, they had severe side effects, and they had weakened her body very, very much. So learning these things as I was, you know, stepping into this character, stepping into her life, I was very grateful to know that.
It's wonderful that you can get the truth of her life story out there, because obviously that will help people going through the same thing. Let me ask you about the new movie called Chappie, from the very gifted director of District 9.
Yes.
And it's not a dissimilar kind of territory in some ways, that film, but this is a different kind of movie, isn't it?
Yes, it's set in Johannesburg in the future. And there are robot policemen who are guarding the city against all these gangsters who are very outlandish. And they want to kidnap a police robot to help them do heists. But they kidnap this robot that's sort of an experiment that has been programmed to think and feel and paint and write poetry. So it's one of the most surprising, original, charming, and violent movies.
And it's very funny at times,
It's so funny.
Yeah, especially when they're teaching him to try and be a gangster. Yes. So the director's name is Neil Blomkamp.
Blomkamp.
Blomkamp, okay, Neil Blomkamp. And he, I believe, is... there's talk that he might be reviving the Alien franchise.
He's a big Alien fan.
Well, aren't we all? I mean, I'm assuming you are a bit of a fan as well.
Oh, it's all right.
Yeah. How would you rate the movies? Of the 4 movies we've had so far, there was Alien, there was Aliens, there was Alien 3, and there was Alien, brackets 4, Resurrection.
That's like asking me which of my children I love best.
Well, which one do you love best?
Well, I only have one.
So it's nothing like asking which one of your children you like best. But if you had 3 others, 2 of whom were a bit shit, which 2 would you like best?
I like each one for different reasons.
Yeah, but which ones do you like the most? Of those different reasons, which reasons do you prefer?
If Neil Blomkamp does the last one, I will like that one
You
best.
think it'll be that one. And is this happening? Can you say if this is happening or not? You don't know?
You know, he's done a lot of the artwork, and he seems to be writing the script.
So do you know, I know you can't say, and we wouldn't want it spoiled, would we? But
yeah.
Do you know in which direction he might be taking it? Because that's either a very fancy party you're going to or you're getting involved with the alien there.
Yes. I'm not sure what it means,
okay,
but I'll have to find out. I hope it doesn't mean I'm going underwater.
Well, no, yeah, because which one was it, number 4, where you spent a lot of time underwater?
We spent a lot of time underwater.
That must have been... And you were actually doing that yourself?
Yes, we all had to do it ourselves, and we had to go into this cavernous set filled with sharp objects where there was no light, and we had this crazy stunt guy named Ernie who... So we were down there, we had masks, and we had air, but as soon as they said action, we had to leave everything.
So you dropped
So he'd
air.
go, 5, 4, 3, 2, masks off, go, 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 go. And he got you so frightened you're out of breath right away. And then you keep swimming and you can't see anything as far as you could for as long as you could, and then you went like this and hoped that some guy with air would come and find you in the dark.
Wow.
And we did this for 5 weeks.
Wow. How many actors did you lose?
Well, not everyone showed up for work every day. No, but it was exciting, and I think in Avatar too we're going to have some water sequences. Then I get to be underwater with Jim Cameron, which will also be fun.
It's nice having you on together, because I know you've known each other for a while, but of course in the new kind of mythology of Star Trek, you guys are lovers. Or I guess they're kind of heading that way if they're not already.
No, we've been in a relationship. Spock and Uhura have been in a relationship since the first movie, at least.
Yeah. But do you know are you told how far the relationship's gone?
I don't... well, I
They're
mean...
definitely having sex.
Okay, that's what I'm asking.
Actually, that's not true, because Vulcans don't have sex except for every 7 years.
No, they can only breed
human.
every 7 years.
All
My
right,
mom
all right.
told me.
Oh. So I got to keep her satisfied.
That's gonna be some big night every 7 years.
Well, I work really hard.
How come your mum knows more about him having sex than you do? That's,
No, because my mom used to watch Star Trek when she was growing up in the Caribbean, and back then it was dubbed, and she used to watch it with her grandpa, and it was called Viaje a las Estrellas. So when she knew that I was up for the role of Uhura, my mom was just like, Zoe, you have to take it. This is amazing. And now you get to be in love with Spock. He's the sexiest character in the show. That's my mom.
your mum was in West Side Story, wasn't she?
She liked West Side Story. She
Didn't we
thought
all?
she was Rita Moreno, though.
So you were raised in the Dominican Republic, is
Yes.
that right? So Spanish is your kind of first tongue, I guess.
It was my first language. It's so funny because my sisters and I have a joke, and we reference it to Chinatown. You know, when they say it's my sister, my mother, it's like, oh, so English is your first language? It's English. It's Spanish. It's because you keep always jumping. Like whenever you hit a wall and I don't know what to say, I usually
Coño.
say.
Coño.
That means shit. That means everything.
It's a handy word
When
to
you're
remember
mad,
then.
you go coño. When something's good, you're like coño.
Wow.
Yeah, so coño's like everything.
When you flub your lines, you go, Coño!
I don't think there's a word in English which covers every eventuality.
No,
like
that's
that.
true. No, we should come up with one, though.
I think so, yeah.
Here's the thing about Alien is the first Alien movie when it came out, I mean, it changed the face of cinema. It changed the face of that kind of movie, and it certainly changed the face, I think, of how an audience regarded women in those films. Because you were the first sort of tough, kick-ass action female star that I could think of in a big Western movie.
And it was sort of an accident because they just thought, well, let's make the girl the survivor because no one will ever think that she's going to do it.
Because was Ripley the part originally written for a man?
It was. They were all men, all men's parts.
Wow. It's an incredible movie. So you mentioned Avatar. Now, Avatar, what a movie Avatar was, wasn't it? Wow. What a piece of work that was. And once again, very much of the moment and very unexpected. And now with Jim Cameron, you're doing, I believe, you're not making just a sequel, you're making 2 or even 3 more. Is that right?
Making 3 more simultaneously.
Wow, that must be... How do you get your head around that kind of schedule?
I'm going to find out very soon.
Yeah. When do you start?
I think in the fall.
Okay, and presumably the timeline picks up where the first film left off?
No, I don't play the same character.
Ah. Well, you've kind of disappeared at the end of that movie.
I
anyway.
went into the cynosynclastic fundinibulum or something.
Wow, because that's the kind of sort of sensory network of the big plant beast,
yes.
whatever the thing.
Yes, wherever I went somewhere.
But the premise of that, when you first read that, you must thought some of this. He's got to really pull this off, or this is going to be silly, because you've got so much going on in it. And if it wasn't in the hands of someone as competent and confident and brilliant as him, it could have been a disaster, couldn't it?
Well, I always had great confidence in Jim. You know, he always does to me things that are impossible, like build the submarine that will take him down to the bottom of the Marianas Trench or something like that.
He is down in the undersea area quite a lot.
He says he makes movies, actually, to be able to afford to build the submarines and design them and use them.
And is he generous with his subs? Has he invited you on one of his undersea journeys?
He has invited me. I'm a little claustrophobic. I decided not to tax our friendship with what might happen to me after we've been going down 5 hours and have another 5 hours to go before we go down and see anything.
Does he really go for 10 hours down like that?
Well, he really, you know, the bottom of the Marianas Trench is, I don't know, even 20 hours probably.
Why on earth would you want to go down there?
There must be something going on there we don't know about.
It must be the world's greatest swingers party. That's what he said.
Exactly.
Well, look, Chappie is out Friday, ladies and gentlemen. Sigourney Weaver is, as always, sublime in it. But I can't wait to see the Avatar movies. Cannot wait to see Alien 5, which, as you just said, is going to be better than the 2 you don't like. So let me ask you about your clothing, because you are in an outfit so tight. I mean, it's not quite as tight as something I saw Cher wearing, looking at some pictures last week. But it doesn't leave a lot to the imagination. I guess, are they restrictive? Is it difficult to perform in that?
You mean the wetsuit that I have in that scene? It was definitely a wetsuit, so it was made with the material of wetsuits. But you needed baby powder and 4 people to help me put it on and zip it up, and then...
And I bet it was hard finding volunteers, wasn't it?
You know what was hard? Was getting water. Because when I was on the set, I would ask for water, and nobody would get it for me because they didn't want me to go pee. Because that meant that they would all have to come and unzip me and take it off, and I would have to... And it was a very mean
We'll add that to the benefit. We'll add that to the concert that you pulled together for...
So it's a benefit for shaved eyebrows and risking thrush or whatever.
Oh my
I don't know.
it seems like, oh my God, that's so lame. Why is she complaining? You guys, when you're working like 18-hour days, it's really hard.
But you know, you should do...
No one would get me water.
You have to pee, and you just, can I please, can I get some water? And you're so parched.
You're just meant to let it go, though. In a wetsuit, you're meant to pee in wetsuit.
That's right. And that's what started happening. So for the rest of us, it was a nightmare.
Yeah, but that's how mean. Nobody told me about that.
Yeah, but number ones only. Okay, you don't want to... one final thing before we go to a break, and the guys are going to stick around, we're going to talk about the break. I want to say, the whole Spock hand thing, that's plagued me all my life. I've always wanted to be able to do that, just to snap into it. And some people seem to do it, some people can't. Could you always do it, or did you learn?
No, I did have to actually spend some time conditioning my hand. Before I started shooting the first movie.
Didn't you tape it one time?
I put rubber bands around these 2 fingers and drove around Los Angeles going like this.
Wow.
So that I could, because I couldn't do it at first, but I've got it in the end.
Oh, did you do it in the left hand then? You were doing it left-handed?
Yeah, I do it left-handed.
You don't do it right-handed?
I'm left-handed. Yeah, I can kind of do it on the right hand, not as well. I'm more like you on my right hand.
You can't do it on the right hand at all. What are you talking about? That's the most pathetic Spock hand I've ever seen in my life.
Well, good thing you're not playing it, I suppose.
Yeah. Oh, well, hang on. Oh, the shade. OK, let's... Are you creative in this way? Do you have, outside of the acting, do you have an art that you enjoy doing, even if only as a hobby?
I remember making a big canvas in high school and of nothing. Yeah. And the teacher said, "That's so interesting. What is that?" And I thought, "It's the universe." And she went, "Of course it is." And I got a good mark, but it was total BS.
Yeah.
I am sincere about my own work.
Yeah, but I actually really envy Martin. Because you have a... because you have a farm. Yes, animals.
I'm very lucky, yeah.
Hold on. Since when did farmers become so sought after? I thought young farmers traditionally had a hard time getting women. I'm sure some of you remember there was a terrific series I loved on TV because I love superhero stuff. Heroes was on television a while ago, and you played the evil sailor in that.
I did, yeah.
And the way you did, your face, you can make yourself look quite evil.
Yeah.
Quite easily, it seems to me. Your face lends itself to evilness quite well.
I think it's the eyebrows too.
Partly.
Is that what it is?
Partly.
So right now you seem quite open and friendly. How do you switch to evil mode?
It comes in handy if I don't want people to bother me at a restaurant.
Hey, well, you mentioned eyebrows because it is a big part of it, and you've got a spectacular... Of all the people that have to shave them off...
I know, that's exactly the point,
You've got twice the normal amount
Totally.
right there.
Totally.
But eyebrows, doing stuff with your eyebrows is kind of fashionable. See if you can help me spot whose eyebrows these are. It's a new game we're playing. Whose eyebrow is this? OK.
Oh, The Rock.
Oh, that was too quick.
But he looks like he tweezes.
He looks like he tweezes?
Yeah.
OK, so that's The Rock. You got that 1 for 1. OK, let's go again.
Oh.
Sandra Bullock.
Sofia Vergara.
No, you're both being too classy.
Cheryl Cole. Cheryl.
Wow, Cheryl Cole. Well, if you're watching, Cheryl...
I said Kim Kardashian.
Kim Kardashian it is. You went low enough. That's right. There you go. God bless her. Good luck with the baby, Kim. OK, let's do one more.
Stallone.
Yeah, that's it. The master.
More.
There you go. Here's one more. You can get this one. This is a tough one.
This is not possible. That can't be real. Is that actually eyebrows of somebody?
Well, it's maybe not somebody. Maybe it's a... There you go. It's that cat. That's too cute, isn't it? OK, we're going to have to say goodbye. We've had you here for a while. I would love to keep you out for longer. I'm enjoying your company so much.
Thanks, you too,
How
man.
lovely to meet you, Zoe.
Thank you.
It's actually lovely to meet you again. The film is out May the 9th, I said. It's great fun. Even if you're not a Star Trek fan, you're going to love it. But, of course, who isn't? Will you join me in saying thank you to the fabulous Zachary Quinto and Zoe Saldana?